welcome back to the Chatty Chairwoman. This is the Chairwoman, and a welcome back board members to the boardroom. Come on in and let's take a break. I'm so glad that you stopped by once again, and I appreciate you stopping by. As you see, I'm trying to get more consistent in providing a recap. I'm getting better. I'm working on it, working on my editing, working on my product, just trying to provide the best content possible. So let's get right to it. Boy, Love and Marriage Huntsville is probably the best thing on TV right now in terms of reality TV. Oh my goodness. So the show opens with Tisha and Keke continuing their argument. So you may recall the last show episode, Keke and Tisha met up at the Black Lounge, Cigar Lounge, to kind of hammer out why did Tisha tell Mel her business, because you remember Keke felt it was necessary to confirm that Tisha's marriage was in chaos at the pajama party. So Tisha said she apologized to Keke. Well, apparently 4 years later, it's not enough, and Keke is still hurt, and sometimes that can be the case. So anyway, they go back and forth, and basically Tisha said, you figure this out, you work it out, I'm no longer interested. I guess it's a lot more to this relationship. And even Tisha said, we've already admitted, if we weren't related, we would not be friends. Wow, that says a lot. That says a lot. If you're not related, you wouldn't even be friends. So I think Toni Braxton said the same thing to Ayala Von Zant when she was, counseling the Braxton family. She said, if we were not related, they would not be my friends. That is deep. So anyway, I'm off on a tangent here. Let's get back on track. So Martell and Maurice come together to talk, and I honestly liked Maurice in this scene, because he felt it was disappointing that the children were not brought to the book signing for their book. So for that quick 30 seconds, I liked Maurice. He's giving couple of nuggets throughout the season. He said it was about the children. And Martell confessed that he now knows everything must be booked when? On his weekend. Remember what the lady said? Welcome to divorce. This is your new reality. You don't have any authority and no control. But they both agree that the kids are being used as a pawn. When the kids are being used as a pawn, only the kids suffer. So that was a big moment. And it's something for us to keep in mind in our real lives. And unfortunately, their reality TV is real and not scripted. So we move right on, and Martell mentions that he's going to plan a guy's trip to Atlanta because he's going to unveil his alcohol, and that he wants to buy back into Shultz Construction. And I didn't realize how big of a role Martell and them played in that company. I guess not realize. I had to be reminded, right? How big of a role he played in the construction company that Tisha and Maurice are now running. I do remember now early on, Mel was heavily involved and Martell, but they broke up because they could not come to any consensus. So anyway, Maurice was proposing that they do a joint venture and they work on this project for Destiny to kind of give her a stable, steady cash flow for her building, which is smart. Glad to see she bought the actual building, and just trying to figure out how to maximize the space. Moving right along, he did say that he has to consult with Tisha because she is his wife and majority owner before he can commit to bringing Martell back in. Let me be honest. Honestly, I thought he was going to say no, that Martell was too much drama, too toxic. But maybe he sees that Martell is finally getting back to himself and is not as iffy as he has been in the recent past. So they move on, and Kimmy and Maurice are chatting. Kimmy's giving Maurice an update on the Tisha conversation with Keke. But he also told Miss Kimmy, don't get in the middle of it because you are going to lose. This is not a place for you to be. There's no reason for you to stick your head in the middle of this, because it's not gonna benefit you at all. As a matter of fact, you will come out wounded, right? You will come out as the bad guy if you get in the middle of that issue between Keke and Tisha. So she left that alone. And the biggest scene of the day was really, well, let me go back. Destiny and Maurice had a meeting where she is working with him to kind of rebuild her financial stability, rebuild her credit, make sure she's able to refinance her home in a year. I guess that's a part of the divorce decree, and that she can maintain her business. So he's trying to help her or work through issues so that she's not using her personal income, her personal savings to maintain the business. Then we go into the scene with Mel and Destiny. And Mel and Destiny recap the issue with Mel standing outside of the hotel room. This is during the reunion when they were all in Los Angeles. And Mel said she could hear Tisha and Destiny talking about her in the hotel room next door, and that it really hurt her feelings, and that Destiny really isn't a friend because she now is such a friend with Tisha. And Destiny said, well, you never told me that it was a problem for me to become friends with Tisha, that we couldn't hang out. You never said that, Mel. You said it was okay. I understood it as being okay. But Mel really revealed her hand. And remember what I said now. Mel has an agenda on this show. She is going to make sure everybody knows she's the queen bee. And rightfully so. But she really revealed her hand. When she said what? When she said that Martell and Destiny communicate all the time. Bingo! So there it is. Mel has a problem with their relationship. But remember, Destiny knew Martell before she knew Mel. So that's a lot of years. If they were married 12 years, so she probably knew him from high school or from, I guess, right out of high school. But she said she knew Martell before she knew Mel. And to say she's not going to be friends with Martell, that means all the friends they have in common, she has to kind of like not associate with them anymore. But for me, as they were arguing and Mel dropped that nugget, I said, bingo. There it is. There lies the real issue with Destiny. The relationship that Destiny has with Martell. And maybe she believes that Destiny knew more about Martell's relationship than she has revealed. And she even threw into Destiny's face, well, how about this? You say that at the reunion, we're not friends, we're not talking. Mel went through all the text messages they had after the show finished wrapping up, and how she reached out to Destiny, and Destiny was slow to respond. But she said, don't ever say that I didn't reach out to you, or I wasn't available, or I was too busy. You lied on national television. And so Destiny kind of defended herself and said, well, Mel, you know, what do you want me to do? And then Mel added, well, you went through a whole divorce and didn't tell me a word, Destiny. So how are you going to judge our friendship? So that was a big point. That was a big point. But in all of that conversation, where it really made sense is when Mel said to Destiny that you at Martell's, you hang out with Martell, you stay in contact with Martell, red flag. That's where the problem, and that's where their relationship began to go sour. But is she right? If Martell and she, meaning Destiny, were friends before she met Mel, it should Destiny, well, let me say it this way. Does the girl code apply in this instance? Meaning you can't be a friend of my ex if we're divorced? Or is Destiny's situation unique because she was actually friends with Martell, who introduced her to Mel? That's a tough call. It depends on the depth of her friendship with Martell. And maybe her friendship with Martell is easier. Because, being a friend with a man is easier than being a friend with a woman, right? Because we know women are high maintenance, right? And when women are mad at you, you don't speak for months and then you speak again. Men are kind of like, for them it's not that deep. So you think that's why she favors or really wants to maintain the relationship with Martell? It's just easier and maybe to have a male perspective on things. But that really showed me where she stood with Destiny and why. Still can't figure out though why Tisha is her enemy. Why is Tisha her enemy? I know on the show and on the reunion she said that Mel is good with you until she takes a break from you when she gets so busy. And when things are good for Mel, she's not available. But when things are bad for Mel, she wants to talk to you all the time. So, and she expected Destiny to defend her when Tisha went to that line of discussion during the reunion. And Destiny say, hey, that was between you and Tisha. Why would I interject myself into that? So she's mad at them both. Still not convinced that her anger towards Tisha is valid, because I think if anything, Tisha shouldn't talk to Mel because of the way that Mel has tried to disparage her marriage, clearly. But Mel is acting like the victim here. And now she revealed her hand on why she can't stand Destiny. Oh my goodness. But let me tell you, the real part of this all is going to be when Miss Wanda checks Keke. So we saw the premiere of the next episode. Miss Wanda is sitting there with her twin, because they look just alike, and she's checking Keke. We all need a Miss Wanda in our lives to call people out who know they are out of order. Like Ayala Van Zandt says, like they are out of order. Okay? If Keke is your family, you don't need enemies. Just stick with your family. Because if they're going to throw you under the bus, you don't need no enemies. So it's getting really good. Oh my goodness. So we will see what happens. But it's very disappointing to see that Mel wants Destiny to choose between her and Martell. And it's going to be hard for Destiny. Because how can you get on the phone with Martell, talk to him, hang up, and Mel's calling, and then you talk to her? And that's a very thin line to walk. That's a fine line to walk. So how do you manage that at all? How do you manage that? She would have to choose. Someone is going to become the back seat, because there's no way in the world she can be good friends to both. Not when the divorce was so bitter. There's no way in the world. But I honestly believe she probably believes that Destiny knew more than she revealed about what was going on with Martell. And so in that regard, she feels that Destiny is not loyal. So Destiny is not worthy of her friendship. And it's something else, boy, because she brought Destiny in with loving arms and very supportive. And to now see, and this is my thought, my thought is either she wants Destiny to go off the show, or, well, that's it. She wants Destiny to go because she's bringing in all these new people. And she's adamant about now building a relationship with Tiffany. What does the preview say? Her and Tiffany are going to go and look for Tiffany's biological father. So now she's building a relationship with Tiffany? Okay, we see this. And Storm continues to poke her nose into everybody's business, right? But that's the thing about it. When you're the star of the show, people move to kiss your ring, right? So they're scared to really challenge you because they don't want to piss you off in real life. That's the difficulty when you have a reality show and somebody is clearly the star, especially if that somebody pitched the idea, picked the people to be on the show, and then now you know stuff, or now you want to speak your truth, you're afraid to, because clearly they have a lot of pull on the show. That didn't happen with Married to Medicine, unfortunately, where Mariah was forced out. They didn't really, for some reason, the ladies on there never gave Mariah her platform, or never really honored the fact that Mariah put them on. They never honored it. So for that, she was not respected. But for Melody, clearly they understand. Melody put you here, you better be loyal. And that's what I get from Tiffany and Stormy, right? That's exactly that's what I get from them. The other women, they're married to the brothers, so they're confident in their role on the show. Like Kimmy is very confident in her role. Tisha is very confident in her role. But if Mel handpicked you and brought you into the show, then you're going to kiss the ring as much as you can to stay on the show. So that's the only part I don't like. And I hope we don't see that effect with Love and Marriage DC, right? That's going to launch with Monique Samuels. Because of course Monique is the star. She helped probably to identify the other couples. Was surprised to see there are only 3 couples in that show, but I guess it will evolve. Anyway, I don't want to get off on another topic, but that's what the recap is. It's so good. Carlos King is really killing it with this show. So that's all. Thank you for stopping by. Hit the like and the subscribe button and the notification button. Come on, guys, please hit the like button. Subscribe today. Make my day and subscribe today. I like that. Make my day and subscribe today. Come on, board members. Support the chatty chairwoman. I thank you for stopping by. Bye-bye.